What makes me not sleep every night? They always tell me, oh, is it the euro collapse, this or that? I said, no. What makes me not sleep is one customer here say my food is not good, or one customer in Hutong didn't quite like the chao kway teow or something. I just feel that this is so humble, and I love to make people joyful. So for me, YTL brand, we want to be a force for good, and we can provide a very good service and translate that to my staff, to the last man, to give this service to the people. Then I will sleep very peacefully one day. That's retailing of the way I understand it. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I kind of like give you a ballpark picture of how tough the retailing business is. The passion that you must have to do your business. Not only that, using, I always say YTL has to master. All staff of YTL and personnel and colleagues of mine have to master 3 languages. In that order. The one is the language of God. That means you have to have a lot of passion, and you have to have morality and integrity. Number 1. So if you want to work with YTL, number 1, do you have this language of God? The second language is the language of man. Can you articulate your idea? Okay, if you have morality and you have passion, can you articulate your idea clearly to champion your cause to the last man? Can you articulate very clearly what you stand for in your franchise? Finally, is master the language of machines, which is the 0 and 1 language, digital language, which is online that we talk about, the internet. Because the internet today has brought a new level of transparency that the world has not understood. We are completely naked. A lot of people don't think that they are. They are completely naked. Especially in this country, we don't censor internet. We don't censor internet because YTL was quite instrumental with many smart people, young people at that time, to make sure Malaysian government do not censor internet. Why? Because in Asia, a lot of people are scared of internet. How do you know? You look at North Vietnam. Have you been to North Vietnam? North Korea. Have you been to North Korea? No. You are not allowed to go to North Korea. But for some who know North Korea, you will know there's 2 things if you stay in a hotel. The hotel got a TV with only 2 channels, on or off. On only is long live Kim Jong-il and how great the leader is. That's all you see, program for 24 hours, how great the leader. This is Asia, scared of the internet. So at that time, I told Dr. Mahathir and many other people, not just me, let's be different in Malaysia. Let's not be scared of internet. Let Malaysia stand for transparency. Let it be the strongest country in Asia that welcomes complete competition based on internet. So he said, okay. So today in Malaysia, we have the internet cast in stone. No? We do not censor internet. Do you realize that? That's why YTL can do yes 4G today. You don't realize that, but today, because of that culture, we can do 4G completely naked. Today, very hard for somebody to get away with lying. You can know that. You know that. In business or in politics, look at the Arab Spring. Anywhere around the world today, if you think you have something to hide, you want to hide it, I'm sorry to say it's over. Please wake up to this. Any business model you think you are not good enough and you have something to hide, work on it, don't hide, because the internet will find you out. This is already in the world today, and it's going in a much faster pace. Why? Because my son's generation is called the natives of the digital world. Steve, you and I are immigrants of the digital world. We dare to migrate into the natives world. For them, they are living in a world of internet, of transparency, of a nakedness that we have never understood. That's why governments fall like 10 pins without knowing in the Arab Spring. Obama used the internet. A black African American became the president of the United States. In Malaysia, I don't think you can get a Chinese prime minister. Here is 10% of the population African American became the president of the United States using internet. At that time was Facebook, his 10 million his fans. Whereas McCain says, I don't know, I've never used the internet, don't even know how to use the internet, and thought because he's white, he can win. Sorry, Obama won. And this country lost 5 states to the opposition, because the opposition were very good at using internet. Right? So look at Tony Poa and all these bloggers. So of course the government, after that, always tried, let's close down the internet like China or Burma or North Korea. But you can see Najib today, he's not like that. Najib engages in blogs and tweets on the Yes Network, So the online business is affecting your franchise business. You have to use the Yes Network or other networks who are just as good to do your business, to make your website like you are, live and relevant. Live and relevant, useful, because people may not buy online yet. A lot of people do already, but research has shown 80% of people make their decision based on internet. They will do the study, what your website stands for. Then they will decide either to go to your restaurant, buy your product and all that. In any case, the internet, online, is something you have to harness and embrace. This is my big lesson and big share with you. Please embrace the Yes Network. It's not an advertisement. I'm just saying because the Yes Network is the only network that can have this 10 times faster than 3G in this country. It's the best network on this earth. Y'all don't believe that, right? Let me just explain to you just 2 points so you understand the whole idea why the 4G is only present in Malaysia, in this country. Number one, like I say, because we don't censor internet, right? So rightly so became the most advanced 4G network in the world, 10 times faster than 3G. But the second thing is, what is the internet world all about? There are 2 revolutions. One is a revolution against governments that are not flexible. The other revolution is a revolution against businesses that are not flexible. In other words, if you're a monopoly business, they're rebelling against you. That's the consumer. If you are a dictator, the internet is rebelling against you. So both business and politicians have to wake up that this is what people are screaming from Wall Street, New York, right down to the Arab Spring. They don't like what they are saying. They don't know how to find a solution. But they know what they don't like. They don't like inflexible government. They don't like business model that's a monopoly. They want you to offer services to them at a very competitive price. That's why we win, because we are retailers, right? But you have to win with yes. Why? Because today, I am buying all my Hutong plates from where? From Guangzhou. All my Hutong branded plates. And it costs 1/10 of what some Malaysians are doing plates. So you got to be careful, whoever they are doing business. It's gone, the pyramid has gone so flat with Alibaba.coms and all that, that if you are a retailer, if you do not offer an internet story of articulation and then give a real experience in your shops, you're going to lose out. This is a very scary but true experience. But the good news is, if you listen to what I've said today, and you are with me, and embrace this 4G network, not just mine, any others, doesn't matter. Today I tell you, 4G is today 10 times faster than 3G. Do you know in 2 years' time, how many times faster it will be? 100 times. What does that mean? Today, you use your phone. When you use your phone, you spend a lot of money on your phone. Why is it used? Two areas. One is to do business, like all of us do. A phone you have to call, do business, call somebody. The other is security, right? Security. In case hospital or somebody, a thief comes into a house, you have to call police. Try calling the police when a thief comes to your house. Even network pass through, the police also will be busy, right? But with the internet, for example, you can see live your camera, right? You can see your mate not abusing your child, right? Multimedia, free, this network, very cheap, correct? Yes, network. Security, you're talking security. On the security side, how can you count on a phone? When normally you won't get even through the call center. When actually you can manage these security issues on a multimedia through the internet. Seeing your shop, whether the customer, this is where I'm talking about. Is your retailing, your last man or last lady looking after your shop? You can see, you're in London, like him in Rome or somewhere in Macau, you can still see his Nelson shops or somebody doing the right thing. He can look at his Yes Network and see live. All right? Wow, this guy, hey, smile, why aren't you smiling? This is business. Security is the same. I'm serious. Why aren't we doing this? This is the most advanced country network in the world. We are blessed by God for this. The reason Britain, for example, don't have 4G is because the 3G boys are suing the government if they do the 4G, because they haven't made enough money on the 3G yet. These are facts. Because 4G means don't charge anything on Viber, right, or Skype. So phone people make money on phone, they don't want to give this up. That's quite sad, isn't it? I mean, that's history. But now, already this morning, I talked to Celcom and Maxis. They will come into the 4G world. We compete, but we actually complement the country's greatness. Like this street that I talked about in the beginning. And Joyce did the pavilion. A lot of people say, hey, you're Star Hill. Never mind, you started the Star Hill. But the pavilion is coming out with a huge mall to compete against you, right? Aren't you threatened by the competition and all that? Typical Malaysian kiasu and say bad things about others. I said, no. I love a pavilion. I love the Qataris spending money in this country to invest billions in this country. You know what's my competition? I said, in Star Hill, if opposite Bintang Girls' School, instead of putting a pavilion, they put a low-cost housing. That will be my competition. That will make Star Hill really go down. So to me, pavilion is lifting it up, bringing more customers, bringing much more millions of people to Bintang Walk. What is competition to me? You must think like this, right? For the broader good and competition is broader, more opportunity. Do not be afraid. Master the language of God, master the language of man, master the language of machine, especially in retailing. You will not fail. You are the most hardworking men and women alive on this earth as retailers. The toughest job. And I know it. I do hutong, I do restaurants. I'm with you. So I know how tough it is. But I'm successful. And many of you are successful. But you're not global yet. You can be global with us, like what we do. L Capital, we are here for you. And many other ideas. So tonight, I end with this idea. You got any great ideas, come and